Are recruits going to be like Dr. Jonas Miller by following the money and not the science? There was a 100% chance I was going to answer this question because of the Jonas Miller reference. Jonas Miller, a nightcrawler, was a character in Twister. He was the evil storm chaser. And Bill Paxton, his chief complaint against Jonas was not that he chased storms, it's that he was in it for the money, not the science. A lot of you have taken that same tone about recruiting right now. You're watching these recruits and someone told you once upon a time that kids just picked the school they went to because of the school, but now it's all because of the money. And in reality, there were always threads of that were woven into the recruiting process, but on the surface, I understand your allegation. I'm there with you. I'm not a fan necessarily of the way things are working at the present moment either. The answer to this question is what Lane Kiffin said last week. Yeah, about 99 times out of 100, you could have the best setup and academic support, and you could have the best coaching staff and the best environment in the world, but if the other guy comes in and offers $100,000, $450,000, the money's going to win out. And I don't get mad at it. You know, I'm not taking the tact here, nor have I ever, that I get mad at players for taking advantage of a situation that is the result of a mess the adults allowed to occur. When we talk about the mess, to be clear, I'm not speaking in the abstract. I am saying specifically because the powers that be did not take proactive steps 20 years ago to curtail this, then we have the mess we have now. Now, you got to figure out how to clean it up, and we could do several shows on that. But yes, a lot of kids are going to take the money. And there will be some out there who are outliers who look at an opportunity and they say, I'm going to make a 40-year decision instead of a 4-year decision. And while I may give up some financial income on the front end, I'm going to, reap the financial benefits on the back end for much longer. And that's sound financial judgment. That's good economic sense. Do I really expect 17-year-old kids to have that? And do I expect all of the support system around them to have that? No, it's unrealistic to think that. Most full-grown adults don't have that. Why would I expect high school recruits to be any different? So yeah, I think money's going to win out a lot. But we're early. We're very early in this process now. So a lot of you are complaining about this, and I get it because you don't think this is what the spirit of college football is supposed to be. Here's what I'm asking you. Here's what I'm asking myself. Let's just let it play out for a little while, and let's take a look. Because you know as well as I do, there's going to be a case study of a program that loads up on players they bought, however you want to phrase it, they're bought, and they're going to not meet expectation. And then people are going to use that as an example of a cautionary tale. And coaches are going to go out on the recruiting trail and they're going to say, hey, once upon a time, kids like you had an option and they took the money and they went to fill-in-the-blank university and look how it turned out. And what if that fill-in-the-blank university did a very poor job of developing those players so they had NFL potential coming out of high school, but it was never realized because they were never properly developed and they washed out, and all of a sudden, yeah, they got $600,000 coming out of high school. That's wonderful. They've got to live 70 more years. And they've also got family that in the real world, if they made it to the NFL, they'd be able to take care of. $600,000 is not going to take care of a full family for the next 80 years. Like, what planet are we living on? And so I think that some of this will correct itself. Not all of it. I hear this all the time. Oh, the market will correct. I think some of the market will correct. But it's not going to be a total shift back to what we did have. Some would argue that's for the better. Some would argue that's for the worst. I'll leave the argument for another day. But yes, in the short term, some kids absolutely are going to take the money. Most kids are absolutely going to take the money. We'll see what happens longer term.